Unit conversions. So that's going from one unit to a new unit. So we've got imperial, so that's looking at feet, inches, yards, and miles. So here's the relationship. So for example, 1 foot has 12 inches and so on. Metric is looking at your meters and centimeters, etc. So 1 centimeters is equal to 10 millimeters, for example. Now these are also found on your formula sheet that you have. So that's the first 2 boxes on your formula sheet. So we can refer to them there as well. Unit conversion ratios can be used to help you convert from one unit to another. A unit conversion ratio is a fraction equal to 1. So if we set up any type of fraction here, so for example, 1 centimeter divided by 10 millimeters, that would be equivalent to 1 since they're equal. So we can turn any of these relationships into fractions called unit conversion ratios. So to convert using unit conversion ratios, you're going to multiply the new unit over the old units so that the old units cancel out and the new unit remains. Checking and canceling your units is one method of unit analysis. So that's the strategy that we're going to use in terms of showing our work and how we're going to figure these out. So 5 yards is equal to 1 foot. So I want to look up the relationship between yards and feet. So 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So I'm going to take 5 yards. I'm going to show my work over here. And I'm always just going to say multiply new unit over old unit. So the new unit would be feet. I want this in feet. So again, I want to look up the relationship yards and feet. 1 yard is 3 feet. So I want feet over yards, new unit over old unit. So we're going to say 3 feet divided by 1 yard. And that shows that the yards will cancel. So you have 5 times 3 divided by 1, which is just 5 times 3, is equal to 15 feet. So we know this is 15. Now that was one that is a little bit maybe straightforward, or you could see if you have 5 yards and each yard is 3 feet, that you times it by 3. But this will help you when sometimes the units or the conversions get a little more involved, or when we're looking at imperial to metric. So we're still going to practice this unit analysis and showing our work here. So let's do the same, another kind of question here, 192 inches to yards. So I'm going to use 192 inches. I always use multiply sign. And I want new units over old. So I want yards over inches. That'll make the inches cancel out. So what's the relationship between yards and inches? Yards and inches, 1 yard's 36 inches. So we're going to have 1 yard, because we want the new unit on the top. We want 36 inches on the bottom. So we want the inches to cancel. So this means 192 times 1, which is 192 still, divided by 36, which when you round, you get 5.3 yards. So that's what we'll put in the blanks.